Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Michaela Peters. I'm here in Tallinn, Estonia with my baby who loves to star in my channel and has a lot to say. What do you have to say today? Nothing. All right, she's being quiet. Anyway, we had a really interesting experience where actually one of my YouTube subscribers I made friends with, and he showed us around Tallinn because he's currently living here. And we saw some really interesting things that I never actually saw during the times that I've been staying here by myself, because this is my 6th time to Tallinn that I remember. It might be like more, but I've been here too many times to count. But I currently have a friend visiting from the US, and I figured that if you're gonna do a little bit of a tour around like the area where I live, it's definitely easier to do. Besides just boring Lappeenranta and obviously Helsinki, Tallinn is probably the next easiest. You could also throw Sweden in there and Russia, haha, good one. Not at this point. Way too complicated. I've even heard that the border at Narva is super backed up now, so that's not going to happen either. But anyway, I think that it's really interesting whatever is going on here in Estonia now. It seems like what they're trying to do is they're trying to import, that's probably not the right word, attract, let's say, a bunch of tech workers and make this like a little tech hub over here in Eastern Europe. And they've been building a lot of like, nice new apartment buildings. It kind of reminds me of Texas because it's like they're building them maybe in places that seem kind of weird, but you can tell that the area is very much in transition, and it's going to be interesting to see what it actually ends up looking like in some years time. And I'm like, should I just get a tech job and then live in Tallinn, or can I work in Finland but wait, what? Hold on. Can I work in Tallinn but live in Finland? I'm not really sure because probably the wages would be lower here, so I have no idea how any of this is going to work. But yeah, so what do we normally do in Tallinn with the baby? This is actually her 2nd time to Tallinn. We came for the first time in, when did we come? Okay. Yes, here I am texting. My friend's coming back. We're coming now to Tallinn again for the 2nd time with the baby. The first time she was 4 months old. You can see people outside the window. Hilarious. Okay. And this time, she's bigger. She's 10 months. Trying to get her to crawl around on the floor right now. But, yeah, essentially, it's like, have we really done that much stuff? We ate at this really delicious Dagestani restaurant yesterday. I would highly recommend. I really liked the vibe, and it was outside and it was chill. They had an inside too, but it was like in a giant yard. It was really cool. So there was that, and then the other things that we did were, besides just walking around and eating again, it was really interesting because there was a tea place, and it was funny because my friend is like, yeah, those people look like, what did he think they were? Like South Asian of some sort. And I was like, no, they're speaking Russian, so they have to be like something CIS. He's like, maybe they're Azerbaijani. I was like, yeah, actually. And it turned out that was what it was. So the owner of the restaurant, like, people get so confused when I tell them about myself. I thought it was my friend coming back, but it was not. Okay, so it was really funny because this guy is Azerbaijani and he has a 3-year-old, and his wife is Ukrainian. And I was like, yeah, I'm American, but my baby's half Russian. And he's like, oh, very politically charged here. But yeah, the whole thing was like, he's Azerbaijani and I'm not Armenian, obviously, but my baby, I claim, has an Armenian name. And it's not. I just pretend it is when people ask. And so then he's like, I'm Azerbaijani and my wife is Ukrainian. So haha, Russia versus Ukraine and Azerbaijan versus Armenia. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and we're all supposed to be Soviet brethren here. What is going on? I mean, in my heart, the Soviet Union lives on, but that's a separate issue because I already know I'm crazy for that. We're all united by the Russian language as the lingua franca, so that's what matters to me. Anyway, yeah, I was telling my friend, I'm like, yeah, the highest compliment I ever received was being told that I'm a Soviet person, and he's like, that sounds more like an insult, and I was like, yeah, not to me. But anyway, that's pretty cool that apparently his baby has traveled around a lot, too. Yeah, my baby really likes to travel around. Let's get her in there, because she's so cute. Yeah, we're sitting on the floor, obviously way easier to be on the floor. Yeah, but, so that was interesting. Walked around some more, went to the old town, did some shopping. I ended up seeing one of my friends on the ferry yesterday, and then met up with her for like 30 minutes today while we were in the old town. And then I have another friend who I'm meeting up with tonight because somehow just all my friends are casually in Tallinn from Finland right now. That's actually a very weird coincidence, but yes, that's what's happening. So this is actually a pretty social trip, even though the purpose of the trip is literally just to show my American friend around Tallinn. So those are all the things that we have going on today. 48 hours in Tallinn, I guess will be the name of this video. I have some PhD work I've been trying to work on because I need to try to pass this class that I didn't pass last year when I was pregnant, and now I have a baby under 1, and I don't know which of those circumstances is worse. Probably having the baby under 1 in terms of actually being able to like get work done. So, look at this. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know. So it's cool, but I feel like the issue is I'm very, I tend to get very emotionally attached to places that I've lived for a long time, so I'm like way more pro-Finland or like into Finland than Estonia. Although the thing that I think is really cool about Estonia is you can speak Russian quite a bit. But I think if I were going to live in a Baltic country, for some reason I really like Latvia a lot more. I don't know why. I've spent a lot of time there. I just feel like I properly actually get to speak Russian a lot in Latvia, whereas in Estonia there's still more English, which I don't love. So, yeah. But, I don't know, we'll see if we ever make it to Latvia. I'm kind of planning on dialing back the travel, even though I wanted to travel still until she's 2, but financially, not a great idea for me right now, considering what's going on in my life. But I was like, I feel like if I'm going to go anywhere before she's 2, it'll probably be Kyrgyzstan and Armenia, because I have people I can stay with. So, yeah. I'm like, I'm done planning trips. My brain barely works at this point. Like, I'm just chronically sleep deprived and don't know what's going on sometimes. Oh my gosh, really? Why has this happened? My nail polish just came off. Well, I guess we're taking this off soon then. That sucks, man. I thought this was going to last longer than that. What? Wow, this is the most depressing thing that's happened to me. Well, if this is the most depressing thing that's happened to me in a while, we have a good life. So, that's it. We don't have much time left in Europe. Pretty sad about it, but it is what it is. So, anyway, we've enjoyed this time in Tallinn, and I'm sure we'll be back at some point. Until next time, bye.